I used Claude Code to create a shooter game, just like CSGO or any other shooter game. But before we talk about the prompt and how I made this game, let's go ahead and briefly play the game. So I'm just going to run the main file. So this is how the game is going to look like, the Raycaster FPS. So there you go. This is how the game is going to look like. I can switch weapons. This is a shotgun. This is a rifle. So you can see the rifle in my hand on the right side, but it's not that visible because of the screen size. So I can interact with the doors using E to open up the doors, and I can crouch as well and run as well. But the best part is all the walls, the doors, and everything you see, the minimap and all the graphics were generated using AI based code generation. None of these are sprites or any assets that I've downloaded from the web. So let's just open up the door using E, and we have an enemy right there. Okay, I'm gonna change to rifle. Okay, so the game is over. I died after 6 kills, so it is quite hard to play this game. And we also have a music toggle right over here, which I can switch on and off as well. So you can go ahead and respawn into the game, or you can quit if you wanted to. So this was the basic version of a shooter game that we built using Claude Code, and that too within less than 20 minutes. And we did not use any third party assets in it. What if we use any third party asset? It's gonna be a really good game. But before we talk about improvements, let's talk about how we built this. So I'm just going to close this. So here's the prompt. I'm going to be pasting the prompt link in the video description, so you don't need to worry about that. So I asked it to build a complete first-person shooter game in Python using Pygame and raycasting. And this is a fully playable FPS game, not a demo. So it should have every system below. So there should be an engine where we have 3D raycasting rendered with texture walls. We have fisheye correction and depth buffers. We also have adjustable FOV, and we have smooth FPS, which is 60 FPS rendering loop. We have the player controls right over here. We have the weapon system. We have 3 weapons at least: pistol, shotgun, and assault rifle. And we have functionalities like reload and muzzle flash. Then we have the enemies, which is AI. So at least 2 enemy types with sprite-based billboard rendering. As you saw in the demo, we had a green enemy and a red enemy. Then in the combat, we have the hit scan shooting with accurate raycasting, because this is how the computer actually understands damage. You cast a ray using your cursor or your crosshair onto the enemy, and then a bullet damage is registered. Okay, so headshot multiplier is 2x damage, which is quite real with all the games out there right now. So if you have noticed, we have a very tiny map on the right side, which is called the mini map, and we have loot spawned like the med kits and ammo and stuff like that. So even the audio, the music in the background, the hit effects and everything was generated using AI and code. Then we have the game systems like health pickups on the map, armor pickups on the map, and stuff like that. And after that, in the prompt, we have the code structure of how these files should be. So this is a really thorough prompt which can get you started on a very good foundation of any game. So we have this prompt. So what it did is it took around 15 minutes on the first one to thoroughly understand, created all these 10 files. It ran 3 different commands, used PowerShell to do that, and then it integrated everything perfectly. And after that, it ran a check right over here to see if everything is parsed cleanly or not. So it knows that all 8 files parse and integrate correctly. It goes on and gives us a summary of each file, what file does what. After that, I ran the command, which is right over here, to run the game. And in real time, it asked me if it can read the logs or the output for the first run. And it did that. I noticed that the cursor sensitivity wasn't that good. So I asked it to adjust that and also a couple of other changes, and it did that. So you can see that vertical look is working now, sensitivity is this, and the screen size increased. Also the space bar, it was being used for firing, so I removed that from there. And then I asked it to increase the sensitivity of the crosshair, which it did. So it moved the sensitivity double that of what it was, and also added the mute button. And after all of this, we get our final output. What if we start adding graphics and sprites into this one? So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start adding different assets to it so that we can ship this shooter game. So what I did is I asked Claude Code. I didn't go to the browser myself and search for the assets. I asked Claude Code to search the web, download and use the assets to make the game more realistic. And what it did is it browsed the web because we have the tool to do that. So if you click on the plus icon right over here and go to connectors, you can see that Cloud in Chrome. We have that connected right over here. So it has the access to the web, so it can go ahead and search for stuff. So it searched for free Wolfenstein on Doom style walls textures, and after finding them, it downloaded them, extracted them, and used them in every code file right over here. And after every integration and test was done, it gave us the final summary. So we have around 9 textures: stone, brick, metal, wood, concrete, tech, doors, and a secret crate. This is where it got these textures from, and I'm just gonna give you a very small demo of that. So if I click on respawn, so this is how the walls are going to look like now, and you can see on the right side I have a hand where you can see I am holding a pistol. So this is the loot. The loot is a bit changed now. I can change that as well. It's too big, but this is the door now. Let's open this up. So we have an enemy. We have an enemy there. And we have an enemy there. Okay, so now I think whenever we kill an enemy, we get loot spawned there. So we can fix that. Okay, we have another enemy there. So as you saw in the demo, we have different map view, we have different mini map, and the different main map. We have different textures for door and walls, but the loot item is too big. So I asked it to change the size of the loot item and also make the screen bigger. So it changed the item size and increased the screen. So let's just go ahead and try to play the game again. So now we have a full screen, which is really good. Play a new game. Okay, now you can see the hand that's holding a gun. The loot item is smaller, but still too big. I can change that later on. Okay, and if I find good assets, we can actually make over the whole thing. So I switched the gun to shotgun right now, and you can see the change in the minimap. So let's open up the door. And so that was the basic version of the shooter game that we built within 30 minutes, and that too only using Claude Code. We didn't go to any other website or any other third-party platform to get help from. Everything was done within Claude Code, and we can iterate over this to make it more smooth. I'm going to be uploading all of this code to my GitHub, and you can let me know in the comments below if you need the GitHub link. I'll be giving you that, and you guys can experiment on the code if you want to. With that said, I want to wrap this video up, but before going, I want to encourage you guys to go ahead and try out Claude Code, as it is really amazing when it comes to building stuff and vibe coding. As you can see, I built a whole entry-level shooter game from scratch and without having to code a single line. So if you found this video insightful, hit the like button, share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below, ring the notification bell to never miss out on our daily updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay curious and keep exploring.